Hi, I'm Anna Chavez, and I'm the director of Jupiter Cove. Our film follows the Greek gods Zeus and Hera as their relationship falls apart and they have a chance encounter centuries later. To tell both an emotionally resonant story while also meeting the requirements of SCAD capstone films, I chose to make Jupiter Cove a narrative music video. During the summer, our first priority was finding a composer that could write the song for our film. We eventually chose Trinity and sent her several Spotify playlists to draw inspiration from. Using these playlists, Trinity composed instruments that drew from indie rock and folk genres to create the distinct sound of Jupiter Cove. During the fall quarter, we recorded the finalized vocals with our singer, Veronica Montero. She recorded the melody while I assisted by recording harmonies to add depth to the music. The audio you're hearing right now is the instrumental version of our song. Here's a snippet of the finalized version.
They say there's a man taming lightning by the beach, with eyes that have seen too much, and white hair down to his knees.
Hi, I'm Jatil Tillman, and I'm the producer of Jupiter Cove. While we were working on the sound for our film, the rest of our team was hard at work rewriting the original pitch, creating story beats, storyboards, and animation tests, and eventually our proof of concept shot. Finalizing the narrative was one of our main hurdles. During the summer and fall, we revised our story numerous times before we were satisfied with it. Our film originally had more direct references to alcoholism and domestic abuse. In an attempt to cover these heavier themes with the proper respect, we took a more nuanced approach and cut certain topics completely. This led us to revising our storyboards several times. Through these revisions, new characters and scenes were introduced that improved the overall story.
Being a sequential art minor myself, techniques from that medium were used to achieve the look of Jupiter Cove. This included using line weight to imply form, as well as approaching color, shadows, and lighting from a sequential art mindset. To help our viz dev artists replicate this style, several style guides were made to help keep their work visually consistent.
Color plays a huge role in our film's storytelling. For this reason, we put extra emphasis into experimenting with local versus received color. Our approach with line work for the backgrounds leaned heavily into the traditional comic book techniques for implying form and perspective. Line weight, color, and broken line are used to imply these aspects. Our two main locations in the film are a beach, named Jupiter Cove, and the mythical land of Olympus. Jupiter Cove was based on Haystack Rock from Cannon Beach, Oregon. Though, to truly capture the otherworldly and psychedelic tone of the film, our team spent most of the summer experimenting with what the godly realm of Olympus could look like.
When I originally pitched Jupiter Cove, there was a heavy emphasis on how abstract and psychedelic this world would be. I was continually impressed by the variety of ways my crew was able to represent this. Our compositor, Olivia, continually submitted tests to help us explore and define what Olympus would look like. We wanted Zeus and Hera to have a godly glow while they were in Olympus. Our compositor developed what that might look like using several After Effects tutorials. She also worked hard and developed a plethora of other psychedelic tests for us.
Our proof of concept shot also had an interesting development process. The very first version was done during the summer. Like most things in our film, it was eventually revised into a version we were all satisfied with. Thank you so much for reviewing our progress thus far, and we look forward to showing you what we have next quarter as we continue to Jupiter that Cove.